Good morning. Have you been saying that you have things to do in life, but they aren't done? Goals, dreams, and what to do's. Things that may let the world know who you are. You've been talking about it, but you haven't done it. We're going to talk about that today and how you can make those things happen. We're going to talk about that just a little bit. I'm Kaz. This is Cause and Effect. We're a positive channel. I'm hoping that the stories I tell and the things I say may affect you to a point to maybe change your life a little bit for the better, maybe change the lives of those around you to be a little bit better, and maybe to make your community a little better. Now let's get right into it. The years go by quickly. I just turned 66 years old a little over a week ago, and quite frankly, it seems like I was just 16. You will be amazed, and especially if you're younger now, if you're in your teens, 20s, 30s, you will be amazed by how fast the years will pass and how fast life will go. I think a lot of people probably think about this when they get older. But when you're younger, let's face it, nobody talks about these things. Nobody thinks about these things because you are young. I know I never thought about it much. And then when I got about 50 years old, I started thinking about these things. And, you're still only 50. But then one day you wake up and you're 60. And then the next thing you know, you're retired. Whether that's at 62, 63, 65, 70, whatever it is. And I just made the comment to my wife about a week ago that no matter where we go these days, we are one of the oldest couples in the room, usually. So this video is about encouraging you not to waste your ride. And by your ride, I mean your life. Those years, that ride from 16 to 66 will pass very quickly. Pick your numbers, 20 to 70, 20 to 60. It doesn't really matter. That's your ride. I literally cannot believe that I am 66 years old. When I think back on all the things that I've done over the years, all the things that life has put in my path, both good and bad, it's hard to believe that some of those things even happened because they were so long ago. But then, on the other hand, they are fresh in my mind. Are you sitting around every day scrolling mindlessly on the internet? And don't get me wrong, I do some of that. Or are you engaging life? Are you getting out and doing things? Are you, like what? People are going to say, like what, Mike? I don't know. Find what works for you. Gym, going to the gym, just walks in the park with maybe your spouse or a friend, or maybe even alone. Friendships. One thing you're going to find out as you get older, and I'm guessing that the older folks out there will agree with me, and I'll encourage you to put your comments in the comment section about this. Friendships become very important. And here are the reasons why. When you retire, for a lot of people, that means their social network has disappeared because the people they work with are their friends for the most part. That was never a thing for me. I always said that the people that I worked with were my coworkers and my personal life was where my friends were. Now, don't get me wrong. My oldest friend in the world, I met when we were both very young, 31 years ago, and we became friends, and we've remained friends through all these years. But in general, your coworkers will not be your friends, and especially your long-term friends. You'll also notice that even though you have a lot of people you hang out with and a lot of people that you call friends, your true circle of friends will get smaller. The ones that you can depend on to tell them something and you can know that it's not going to go anywhere else. The ones that you know will defend you in a room where somebody's maybe saying something bad or negative about you and you're not there. These are the kind of friendships I'm talking about. These are incredibly important because when you get older and you're no longer in the workforce, you don't want to become a loner. Maybe you are single, or maybe you are married, but you don't want your spouse as your only friend. Okay, so you have to have friendships. You have to remain socially viable in order to have a full life, not become stagnant, and take years off of your life. There's a lot of ways you can do this. Do charity work. I do a lot of charity work. Get involved in, somebody was just talking to me the other day that my daughter actually was talking to me the other day that her and some of her friends have formed a little mini book club, and they're young. They're in their mid-20s, but this is good. This is something you can do when you're older. There's a lot of things out there for older folks to be involved in. And I would encourage you to get out there and engage life. Engage life. One of my favorite things to do is talk to people that I don't know, talk to strangers. Yeah, and I know a lot of people aren't comfortable with this, but this is how you meet people that maybe have common interests, or maybe they have interests that you've always been curious about, but you've never pursued. And this is how you form relationships with folks. I talk to everyone, and it doesn't matter, men, women, young, old, everyone. One thing is, by doing that, you can actually brighten people's days, because so many folks nowadays do not communicate with others really at all, with strangers. This brightens people's days, believe me. I've also found that a sense of humor can be one of your greatest assets and friends, because people like funny people, and especially people that can be dry, have a dry sense of humor, or a kind sense of humor. People like that, and that's an easy way to engage people. Okay? No matter what your age is, whether you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, it doesn't matter. Engage life all the time. All the time. Yeah, we all need a day off from that engagement now and then. I took about a week off here recently from my everyday things. There was a lot going on socially here, and I just needed to recharge my batteries a little bit. So whatever your interests are, find a way to get involved in them and do it. You can have a much, much richer life than you are probably having right now. This goes for a lot of people. I know a lot of people that don't engage life, and don't wait. Don't wait until you're older. Do it now. It's just like everything else that we do in our lives. Practice makes perfect. Engage people now. You'll get better and better and better at it. And look, this isn't all sunshine and rainbows. If you are the kind of person that engages people all the time, there will be people out there that will be critical of you. They may be uncomfortable with that kind of engagement, and that's okay. Just move on from them, those folks. Don't let it bother you. What are your goals in life? And especially when you're younger. What are your goals and your dreams and your want to do's? There's most of us have things in our lives that we say we're going to do or we want to do. Maybe something comes up, as you go through your years, and you just think, wow, you know what, that'd be kind of cool to do that. Do it. Don't wait for somebody else to do it and jump on board. Do it. I'll give you a perfect example. At the age of 60, I started a charity, a 501c3 charity. It was kind of on a whim, and I did it, and it's been extremely successful, and we're still around today, almost 6 years later. And that wasn't a goal of mine years ago. That wasn't a goal of mine when I was 50 or 55. It happened suddenly and with no experience. So when life presents something to you that might enrich your own life or maybe even the lives of those around you, think about pouncing on it. Think about taking action. Get that small circle of friends that I mentioned a few minutes ago and bring them into that with you. It enriches them, it enriches you, and it enriches the others that you draw in as you proceed with those goals, dreams, and things that you've always wanted to do. You know, and some of these things can be just one-time things of pleasure. For instance, you know, my wife is really after me to go on a cruise. This is something she's always wanted to do. Of course, when we were young, we couldn't afford it. We had children to take care of, et cetera, et cetera. Now that we're older and retired, we have the time and the means to do it. Even though it's not really my thing, you know, this is a dream of my wife's. And, you know, at some point, we're going to make this happen. So whatever those dreams, goals, and want-to-dos are, pursue them. Pursue them, because those years, 50 years from 16 to 66, and I'm here to tell you, you will reach a point where you realize, I should have. I should have. Don't be in the I should have camp. Be in the guess what I did, and man, was it great camp. That's it for today. I'm Kaz. This is Cause and Effect. I cherish your comments, and I will respond to all comments. So if you don't mind, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your dreams, goals, and maybe want-to-dos have been in life. Have you done them? Are you pursuing them? Do you have plans to pursue them? Let me know what you think about not wasting your ride. Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.